Hey, I just came back from what was a spectacular production of The Little Mermaid at San Luciano in Virginia Beach, Virginia Musical Theater. They're not known for big productions, but this was big, musical, costumes, all of it. But at the movies, Out of the Hills of Virginia comes one of the more friendly movies that is opening this week across the nation. This is probably the biggest thing that has happened to Big Stone Gap, Virginia, since Elizabeth Taylor choked on a chicken bone downtown. In any case, it has taken well over a decade to get the movie called Big Stone Gap to theaters. It stars Norfolk native Patrick Wilson, along with Ashley Judd, Whoopi Goldberg, and a host of TV names, all of whom worked for less than their regular salaries to get it made. Set in 1978, the movie has lots of old cars and some old-fashioned ideas. Folks live and die in Big Stone Gap without much obvious drama. The main character is Ashley Judd, as a woman who used to be the prettiest girl in town, but now she's hit 40, and she describes herself as an old maid. She owns a local drugstore, which has run for her by wisecracking Whoopi Goldberg. Ashley obviously has eyes for a quiet, stoic local coal miner who is running around with a loose woman known as Sweet Sue. It's just a matter of time until, well, you get the idea. This is not a suspense movie. Everything about it is predictable. He, the coal miner, is played by Patrick Wilson, who is a native of Norfolk. He was born here when his father was in town as a news director and anchor for Wavy TV News, and his mother was a voice teacher. Patrick has been all over the entertainment calendar. He starred on Broadway as a singer, and he sang the romantic lead in the movie version of The Phantom of the Opera. He's doing lightweight work in this movie. It probably came about because his family has had a home in Big Stone Gap for years and was often there in the summer. The wake-up call in the movie comes when the townsfolk get the word that Elizabeth Taylor is coming to town to campaign for her husband, John Warner. They go bananas and plan a welcome they hope will rival her entrance into Rome as Cleopatra. The reaction is almost as big as it was here in Hampton Roads when Elizabeth walked among us. She is rushed to Lonesome Pine Hospital when she chokes on a chicken wing in Big Stone Gap. It made international headlines. But the characters of John Warner and Elizabeth Taylor are seen in the movie, but only as bit parts. The real characters are the townsfolk. Let's face it, the coin is as high as an elephant's eye, even if this is Virginia, not Oklahoma. But still, this movie is a contrast to all the noisy, big-budget things that are in the other theaters. These characters are just plain Virginia country folks, the kinds you don't often see in movie theaters nowadays. So, y'all come.